Good morning. This is Rebecca. I'm the program director here at the Joslyn Center, and we are back for episode 32 of the Joslyn Variety Show. So today we have our warm-up with Veronica, and then Judy is going to teach us how to make some no-bake cookies. So grab your chair and get ready for your workout, and then I'll see you in a minute for some cookies.
We'll set over here. Thank you, Rebecca. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so we're going to start our warm-up next to our chairs. We're going to do a slow march. And remember, keep your heels lifting, but the ball of your feet, keep them on the floor. Just rolling up into the ball of your foot, side to side, shifting your weight. You can just pump your arms a little bit. So we're settling into our exercise session before we move on to our next segment. All right, so think about what you're doing, feel your body, listen to any feedback you're getting. Okay, now if this is something safe for you, what we're going to do is we're going to stop for just a moment, and we're going to walk with our heel, toe. So we're not walking a tightrope. We're just simply walking, but in a funny way, just very slow. You can really feel it in your shin area. So walking very slowly, just very mindfully. And you can really feel this, again, in this area here. So we're actually warming up. We're working on our balance. We're getting in touch with that muscle at the front of the lower leg. A little bit more, and then we're going to shift to heel toe. So heel toe, if this is something that's safe for you to do. If this doesn't feel right to you, then just start marching next to your seat for another moment or two, okay? So I'm going to go around the chair one more time, heel toe. Again, not only about your balance, it's forcing you to focus on what you're doing. Then a turn around. So while we're exercising together, make sure that that's all you're thinking about. Think about what you're doing with your body right now. Okay. All right, so let's pause and do some marching in place. Your knees and your feet coming off the floor. Got your arms swinging. Now make sure that your shoulders are relaxed and down. And stand up tall. Stand up tall from your waist up. And keep your shoulders down. Okay, so your breathing should be elevating just a little bit. Just be aware of that. Make sure when you're thinking about what you're doing that you're not holding your breath. Okay, good. All right, so now behind your chair, or if you have, even if you have a cane, you can use your cane. We're going to swing our legs. We're not going to swing. We're going to raise our legs side to side. So we're going to, you have your toes pointing forward, and what we're doing is we're working the sides of our legs now. Go. These are affectionately known as the abductors. Side lift. So here's a challenge for your upper body. Try to keep your upper body from moving. Try and just swing your leg out. Terminology. Raise your leg. Because swinging implies using momentum. So we're controlling. Raising. So try to keep your upper body from moving. And when you lift the leg side to side, think about actually squeezing those muscles on the outside of the leg. Squeeze. Good. Okay, now let's do the same, but we're going to lift the leg to the back. Okay? So using your chair or a counter, we're going to lift our legs, which is going to be mostly straight. Doesn't have to be pencil straight. And you're squeezing your glutes. And you don't have to leave the lift that high. Squeeze your glutes, your legs mostly straight, and push back. Take your time. And how's your breathing? Exhale. Exhale. Good, just a couple more. And one more on each side. Okay, so if you're standing behind your chair, I'm going to turn mine. We're going to do some calf raises. Squeeze up on your calf muscles and squeeze your glutes. And now you're going to roll back with straight legs and notice my toes coming off the floor. I'm on my heels, sort of the front part of the heels. Don't roll all the way back. I don't think you can anyway, but you hang on. Squeeze up. Roll back. Inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze everything you can squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Straight leg back. That's your inhale, and here's your exhale. Squeeze and really hold it. Don't just stay up here. So hold your squeeze. Hold your squeeze. Now you're inhaling and exhaling. Okay, good. Just relax. Okay, so now we're going to do some shoulder rotations. Just relax our shoulders. Big circles. I have 2 water bottles on the floor here, and we're going to do a little bit of bicep tricep work. Okay, and then we'll do a quick cool down. So I'm using water bottles because they're handy. If you have a set of weights, maybe 2 pounds, 3 pounds at the most, you don't need to do a lot unless you're used to working out with weights. This might seem like a little bit, but what you do is you're also going to create some tension by using the ability to just create tension in that muscle. Okay, so let's have our hands down, palms out. Good, a strong stance, a little bend in the knee, and we're going to squeeze our bicep. Exhale, squeeze, and then release. Squeeze, release. So we can go slow. We can go 1, 2, squeeze, 1, 2, straighten. Up, squeeze. Now face your palms towards each other, and we're going to do a hammer curl, still for the bicep. Ready? So exhale, squeeze up. Inhale, elongate. Squeeze. And if you're holding, as you're holding onto your weights, if you're using weights, you don't have to use any weights. Just make sure that your fingers are pretty well relaxed because you want all the work to go into your biceps. Okay, and straighten the leg, or straighten the arms. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to do our biceps. Okay, so you're going to bend your knees, feet are hip width apart, and just straight back, just angle over a little bit. Get your elbows back there and keep your elbows in space right there where they are. Now we're going to straighten the arms, and as you straighten the arms, you're squeezing your tricep muscles, these here. Inhale and exhale. So really try to make sure that your shoulders are down, they're not up, back. Squeeze those triceps. Inhale, squeeze, and squeeze. Got to remember those triceps are easy to forget about because we don't see them. They're in back. Okay, that's good. That is really good. Okay, so it was fun to do a little bit of weights. All right, let's do a little stretching and then we'll wrap up our exercise for today. So raise your arm up. You're going to give a good stretch on the side here and really reach up there. And other side, up and over. Good. Okay, and if this is comfortable for you, you can interlace your fingers behind you and just pull your straight arms down, and that's gonna pull your shoulders down, give you a nice stretch across the chest. Okay? Good, and let's bring the hands in front, and let's squeeze or interlace the fingers and stretch our back a little bit. Really reach those hands in front of you, as far as you can reach them. That's good. Okay, I think that's good for today. And enjoy the rest of the segment. It's going to be delicious.
Well, thank you, Veronica. Oh, let me take that off. Thank you so much. I know I've said it before, but we are so lucky to have you. All right, so now we have a sweet treat. We are going to pop into the kitchen, and Judy is going to teach us to make some no-bake cookies, because I know that it is hot out there right now, and you might not want to turn on your oven, but we have an alternative. You still have to turn your stove, but at least that's better than heating up the whole kitchen with your oven. So we got Judy, and we are going to make some cookies for you. So let me get her attached to our little doodad so that we can hear her. And I've got my mask, so Judy, go ahead and you can take off yours, and I will stay 6 feet away from you, because otherwise it's a little tricky to hear through these things. I know.
Hi, everyone.
So what do we got?
Well, we have a no-bake cookie recipe that I found, so you don't have to turn on your oven, and it's real easy. So I'm going to show you what you need to do. Can you pan in on the recipe?
So I'm going to take you guys over here. Actually, let's do this one just up on the wall. We are making some no-bake cookies. All you need is sugar, milk, and butter, cocoa powder, peanut butter, oats, and vanilla extract. All things that you might already have at home. And then if you want to hit pause right here, you can write down this recipe. Here are the directions for you. And we are going to check back over to you.
So I'm putting the sugar in the pan. So it's sugar, cocoa, and of course I've already pre-measured it, and milk, and butter. I'm not used to working on electric stoves, but we are ready, and I'm going to move it over here to this burner. And you want to start stirring immediately. Takes a little while to melt the butter. And I believe the recipe says that you need to bring it to a boil.
Judy, what's your favorite kind of cookie?
Oatmeal raisin.
Really?
My favorite. Costco's, because they're nice and soft.
Oh, see, I think of that as the throwaway cookie. That's the last one you eat in the pack.
Oh, I like snickerdoodles.
Aww.
I'm not really a chocolate person. My sister is, though.
I'm not a chocolate person either, but these, even with the cocoa powder in them, they make a very good cookie.
So, getting the butter melted. And this recipe is really nice to do because you don't have to turn on the oven and heat it to 350. You don't have to warm your house up, because since it's going to be 110 this week sometime, I think. So you can keep cool. The only thing you need to do is turn on the stove.
Yeah, easy peasy.
And the ingredients are all very simple. So usually everybody has all this in their pantry. Okay, the butter's melting.
And that's just butter, cocoa powder, and sugar?
And sugar. So if you're on the diet, don't make these. There is lots of sugar.
But paired with Veronica's workout this morning, and you've got a well-balanced day.
Yeah. Eat the cookies first, then work out. And work off the calories. Okay, this is melting very nicely. Got the butter melted. I don't know how these hostesses do these cook shows because they're talking constantly.
I know we're not used to that in real life.
Yeah, we don't talk that much, huh?
Well, some of us might.
Okay,
Oh, Donna says that her favorite cookie is peanut butter cookie.
good. Oh yeah, that's good. Well, this has chunky peanut butter, so you'll like this recipe.
Yeah, peanut butter and oatmeal.
And chocolate.
And chocolate. All the good things in life.
Okay, I'm gonna let this just set a little minute. I'm gonna turn up the stove. It's one thing about electric stoves, it's hard to regulate, I think. But if you're used to it, it's okay. Now, this should come to a boil.
And then what goes in once it boils?
Once it boils, we put in the oatmeal, peanut butter, and this is not wine, unfortunately, it's vanilla.
It's only 11 a.m. We're saving our
Yeah.
time for after lunch.
For Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, we had some margarita day.
And happy birthday to Rebecca. It's Rebecca's birthday. Happy birthday.
Rebecca. Why, thank you. I'm lucky to spend it with you guys.
She's 21 again.
Again.
Actually, barely 21.
Really?
Right? Okay, come on. Boil. What's that saying? Watch
Watch pot never boils.
that too. Making sure all the sugar is dissolved, yeah.
Otherwise, we'll get some crunchy cookies, but not in the good way. Thank you, Paul and Ellen.
I had to find regular sugar because I always use the organic. I didn't know if it would make a difference. I doubt it, but just in case.
Just in case. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you.
I'm not seeing the comments. We're getting some good response.
We're saying happy birthday and we love cookies.
Okay, come on. Okay, so gonna put in the oatmeal, and it was it 3 cups, Rebecca?
It is 3 cups of quick cook oats.
So I'm going to stir this. Make sure it gets all the. Then I'm going to quickly put in the peanut butter. Again, use crunchy peanut butter because it gives it more of what do you call it?
Texture?
Texture, thank you. And then our little bit of vanilla. Get every last drop. And then stir everything together. I can see it's boiling now.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
So I'm going to turn this down a little bit, excuse me. Okay, you just want to make sure it's all mixed together evenly.
That looks like it'd make a very yummy granola bar.
Yeah. Guess you could form it into the shape of a granola bar too. Okay, I think I've got it all mixed together. And I'm gonna take it off the oven. I'm gonna put it over here.
Ooh, it smells good. It smells very chocolatey.
And then all we're gonna do is, I have a cookie sheet, and get this out of the way. Cookie sheet, and then you just spoon it onto the cookie sheet like so. Shape it any way you want. And when I made this last night, I made probably about 21 cookies. So it just depends on how big you want them.
You can make a care package for your neighbor.
Now, don't be discouraged, because once you lay these all out, you're supposed to let them get hard. And that takes a couple hours. So you could probably put them in the refrigerator, but I did the old-fashioned way and just set them out. And it does take a couple of hours, and then they get hard, and then you can take them off. And the finished product looks like this.
Yum!
And you
That
can
looks
see they're
delicious.
hard.
And about half of them are gone because the staff already got into them. So thank you, Judy, for feeding us today.
Sure.
And thank you for the no-bake cookie recipe. We will
Yay!
try it at home so we can stay cool and refreshed.
Have fun, everyone.
All right, so today is Tuesday. That means that tomorrow is Wednesday, and we have Susan back from Rain Games tomorrow. So we will see you in the morning at 11 o'clock every weekday. You guys have a great day, and be safe out there. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.